Ah, geez, what are you doing over here?
Well, I was a little hungry, but I also wanted to test out ceramic slam on the hood of the car and see how well it repels things. And so I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone.
We just got this hood a couple months ago.
Yeah, well, it makes a great grill. And besides that, nothing sticks to it after a coat of ceramic slam. That's what makes it so yeah, it works out pretty good.
I love how I go home, I come back the next day, got your apron on, got your chef hat on.
Well, you know how I like theatrics.
Bless your heart.
Yes, bless my heart. So, well, let's not waste any time. Grab a plate and let's have some dinner.
Is this safe?
Well, safe-ish. I wouldn't recommend it to do it at home, but ow. Geez, let's get a reading on that, by the way. 289 degrees, look at that. And she's cooking up beautifully. Well.
Okay, well, give me a piece of bacon.
Well, hang on. She's a little rare still, but that's the way you like your pork. Ow. All right, well, I gotta get back to testing. You go enjoy your breakfast.
No, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know that this wasn't in my contract. Bill's getting way more FaceTime than I'm getting. Okay? The food is, hey, come on. The food is not good. I'm getting food cooked on some kind of hood out in the garage, and this wasn't what we agreed on. Just get it fixed. Just get it fixed. Okay. So after the hearty breakfast that Chef Bill made us on the hood of the car, we're going to do a little bit of a leather and vinyl repair. Now, traditionally, we'll take a silicone, we'll fill in a rip or a tear like this, sand it down, and re-dye the seat. But in this case, we wanted to try something that was a little bit different. This is a pre-mixed dye that we're going to go through and see if we can't fill it. So what we're going to want to do here is you want to start off a little bit lighter because you don't want to oversaturate the seat. Now, everything that I've read about this is that it's supposed to be pretty forgiving. We're going to go through and fill the tear. Now, obviously, you can see I have a little bit of excess here, and this is what the tool that they gave us is for. So you're going to go through, you're going to level it out. Almost like if you're laying plaster for drywall. Not quite feeling like we really want it, so let's put a little bit more here. Now, obviously, when you're using any kind of chemical that you don't know where it came from, you're going to want to wear gloves for this. We'll level it back out again. Making sure to fill all of the cracks or crevices. So we're gonna let that dry, and then we'll come back and see how it turned out. So let's go over to Bill and check out how the wheels are looking.
So earlier in the show, you heard Josh and I talking a little bit about doing something with these wheels to update them. And we came up with the idea of, okay, why don't we try that Plasti Dip technology and see how it works out. And I really like this idea because on this car, being 10 years old, it's got some road rash around the rims. They're a little bit trashy on the finish as well. And we thought, what a great way to experiment and see what colors we like. And the best thing about this technology is if we don't like it, we can simply peel it off. And so I gotta tell you, it really has come a long ways. It used to be you could get 1 or 2 colors, you would just spray it on and then call it good. But now you can buy complete kits that'll allow you to get a metallic sort of look. And I'm going to show you quickly how easy this is to do. The kit comes with a tire dressing so the rubber doesn't stick to the tires, a wheel cleaner, and then also the colors that you need. And it also goes as far as supplying you with the bags and an applicator. So it is a really complete DIY kit. And what we're going to do is we start out by taking the bag that they provide you and running it through the back of the rim, threading it as we go, making sure that you cover up the calipers and the brake disc. Now, a lot of people can say, don't you want to take the wheel off? But oddly enough, the company that makes the product recommends that you don't. And so this is a great way to do it, because when you put back in the lug bolts, they can catch the rubber and start to peel it. So leaving it on is not only the easiest way, but it's also the recommended way. And how often does that happen? So once we've got the bag fed through the wheel, we're to come back and do a little fluff around. Make sure we get the caliper covered and the disc, rotors. Bring that through. Okay, now, like I said, this is a complete kit, and what they've done is they've provided us with a cleaning agent for the wheels as well to prep them to make sure that the rubber is going to stay on. All we do is shake it up a little, come around, hit it, and then go in and wipe down the wheel. Okay, once our rim is cleaned up and we're ready to start applying, you want to make sure you push the plastic back so it's not getting in the way. Go through, make sure there's no moisture left on the rim itself. We've caught all these. The next step that you're going to do is you're going to dress the tires. Now this is the one time that we encourage you to spray outside the line. So you want to get almost as thick around the rubber as you do around the rim, because that makes for an easy peel off when you're done. So to make it so it peels off the rubber and not the rim, what we do is we take the dressing that they provided us, put a little dab there, and we rock it, remove all debris, around the outside of the tire, like so. Now, before we get spraying, we're gonna do one more check. Make sure there's no liquids. Make sure our bag is pushed back and protecting all the workings of your brakes. And then we're gonna catch just the edge of the rim to make sure that we didn't keep any dressing on there. So, in order to make this work, you have to start out with a black base. So we go through and we spray the base on with black. You do about 2 to 3 coats, letting it dry 15 to 20 minutes in between. So we'll time lapse this quickly so you can get an idea. But after we spray the black base on, we're gonna come back and hit it with metallic coating. And that's gonna give this wheel a real painted look, actually. I mean, it's pretty amazing. I was impressed when we got done doing the first couple of wheels at just how good it looked. It really did look anodized. So let's get started with the black. Now, it never goes on looking great at first, but this rubber is so forgiving. After a minute, it'll just start to lay flat, and all your mistakes seem to just vanish, which is very appropriate in this situation. Want to make sure we get up under there. Runs will usually flatten out on their own, so you don't have to get too uptight about them, but do your best to try to get a nice flat coat without going too heavy. Now, once again, you want to get as much around the tire as you do the rim. 1, so we catch all the edges, but 2, so it's nice and easy to peel off in the end. Okay, so there's our first base coat. I'm gonna step over here. We'll catch this other side where I didn't see. Now off camera, what we're gonna do is we're gonna move the car a little forward to make sure we catch all the sides of the wheels that you may not be able to see. And once this dries, we're gonna add another couple of coats, and then we're gonna come back and hit it with our metallic overcoat. And that's how easy it is to dip your wheels. Okay, now that our black base coat is dried and it's going to give us a good foundation, we're going to go ahead and apply the metallic over the top. And that's really going to give us an anodized look on this wheel. And once again, if we don't like it, we'll just peel it off and start over. So let's give it a go. You can see the flaking starting to come out. That shine will knock down as we go. Once again, make sure you hit the wheel so you can peel this off easily and get up inside and try to get all the spokes. It's good if you establish a wet line so you know where you've been and you get a nice finish when you're done. This actually dries very glossy. It's pretty impressive. You can see the bronze starting to come out in the color. And we're gonna let this set now and add another thin coat over the top as soon as this one sets down. But I think you're starting to see what our new wheels are gonna look like. And that's how easy it is to Plasti Dip your wheels. You get a completely unique and different sort of look that actually looks like you almost powder coated it. And that's our tip for the day.
Well, another one down.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great car.
Beautiful car.
Yeah, maybe too good for our show?
Too good for the show, maybe? Yeah. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot to do on it, to be honest. And I still think we'll be able to sell it for a couple extra grand.
Yeah, well, what'd you pay for it again? Let's go over the budget.
$5,000, and we really didn't spend anything on it.
So a 2010 Audi convertible for $5,000, and it took nothing out of the budget.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty neat. And I mean, if we go through what we did to it though, I really think when you see the before and afters though, you're gonna be blown away.
Wow.
On the exterior, I went through, did a little bit of a paint correction, did some clay barring first, like we usually do. But then I went through and tried out our new ceramic that we had our breakfast off of. And I gotta tell you, I just love that product. I mean, I cannot wait till it's bottled and ready to go because I just want everyone to try this stuff. It went on so easily and came off so easily, and it is as hard as a rock. And as you saw, nothing sticks to it.
Yeah, well, thank goodness you let it cure before you started cooking on that, or we would have probably died from the fumes.
Yes, we might have. That week, yes. And so tell me about the interior. How did your seat turn out, by the way?
Yeah, so that one we would call a detail and fill. Usually, you know, the traditional way of going through is taking the silicone, leveling it out, and doing the dye. And to be honest with you, that is the best way to go. So if you're going to do that, you're going to want to go that route, because whatever I bought, the Kukanix or whatever off of Amazon, it didn't work very well. It didn't fill the rips and the tears like we really wanted to. And honestly, I'm going to probably have to go through and silicone it and dye it.
Yeah, I saw it on the post-production list, so yeah. We'll have to re-hit that one. But overall, though,
we gave it a try, though.
Yes, we
did. That was the goal. It was to try something new that we usually, you know, or we haven't tried before. So we tried it, and it didn't work out.
Yeah. But on the win side, I think the Plasti Dip wheels. I mean, we had all that curb rash around there, all the pitting, all the metallic coming off of the silver wheels. And that was so forgiving and so easy to do. I'm not so sure I like how the color turned out.
Color.
Did you?
Yeah, I really like the color, actually.
Well, let's let our viewers take a look at it too and see what they think.
Comment below, let us know what you think.
Yeah, thought it was a little racy, but we also Plasti Dip.
Racy for you?
Well, you know me, I'm in bed by 9. However, we got a little carried away and we decided to Plasti Dip the front grille too. And that
looked awesome.
That was incredible. I mean, it literally started raining on me because I had to pull it out of the studio to not get the overspray everywhere. And it still was so forgiving when we were done. I looked at that thing and was like,
blown away. Yeah. The interior went great too. So I went through, I did a vacuum. We used the extractor. I went through and hyper cleansed everything. I used Tide Rehab on the seats, and then I used our Interspace interior detailer. And afterwards, I was blown away.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't in bad condition anyway. So it just needed a good interior detail anyway.
Yeah.
So
and I think that pretty much sums it up. And before we stop though and do our giveaway, I kind of wanted to apologize. I took up a lot of time on the camera this show.
Oh, did you?
Well, I just hope you don't mind.
No. We're a team.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You know, we're a team. I wasn't bothered one bit.
Yeah, that's perfect. I just wanted to make sure of that. But the other thing is we decided we were going to do a giveaway, and after that waterless wash, I think that's what we ought to do because we talked about it in the first episode.
Yeah.
But that stuff was
awesome.
Amazing. That car was so dirty. We went around that, didn't use any water at all, and in 4 to 5 minutes, we had that thing refracting light like it was crazy.
It was awesome.
Yeah, but let's go through the before and afters, and let's call that another good episode.
Okay.
Right on.
Make sure to tune in, subscribe, like the video, keeps us in business, and tune in for the next episode of Detail and Bell.
Right on. Let's go. So you're okay with me not being on the camera so much, huh? All right, well, good. Glad it's a team thing.
Hello?
Hi, is this poison control?
Yes, you've reached poison control. How can I help? Sir? Sir?